Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Jai
Ram
Sri
Krishna.
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi
Hare
Gaura
Krishna,
Bhakta
Krishna
Vrinda. Jai
Krishna.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is a Friday. It is 25th of October. It is Kartika Masa or Damodara Masa. Krishna Paksham, Navami today. So there is one Vaishnava event today. So today is the appearance day of Veerabhadra. So Veerabhadra is the son of Nityananda Prabhu. And also he is mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita as the son of Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. We shall take a few lines from iskandazeti.com. It is by Giriraj Swami. So today is the appearance day of Sri Veerabhadra Goswami, who is described in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 11 to chapter 11, verses 8 to 12 as follows. After Nityananda Prabhu, the greatest branch is Veerabhadra Goswami, who also has innumerable branches and sub-branches. It is not possible to describe them all. Although Veerabhadra Goswami was the supreme personality of Godhead, he presented himself as a great devotee. And although the supreme Godhead is transcendental to all Vedic injunctions, he strictly followed the Vedic rituals. He is the main pillar in the hall of devotional service erected by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He knew within himself that he acted as the supreme Lord Vishnu, but externally he was prideless. It is by the glorious message of Sri Veerabhadra Goswami that people all over the world now have the chance to chant the names of Chaitanya and Nityananda. I therefore take shelter of the lotus feet of Veerabhadra Goswami, so that by his mercy, my great desire to write Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita will be properly guided. And in this purport to text 8, so Srila Prabhupada writes, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes in his Anubhashya, Veerabhadra Goswami was the direct son of Srila Nityananda Prabhu and the disciple of Jahnava Devi. His real mother was Vasudha. In the Gaura Ganudesh Deepika 67, he is mentioned as an incarnation of Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. Therefore, Veerabhadra Goswami is not different from Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. May Sri Veerachandra Goswami bless us all. So that is Sri Veerabhadra Goswami ki jai. Okay, so that is from the event's perspective. So we shall quickly move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayam. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Parikshit is inquiring from Sukadeva Goswami. So many questions. He is putting questions after questions, many questions. So he wanted to know about the universe and so many people, the devotees, how they worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yoga and about the yogis, mystics, and after attaining all these mystic powers, what is their destination? How they will be freed from this material world? And also he wanted to know Vedas, Dharmas, Itihasas, Puranas, and also living entities, what happened to them during the inundation, and also how they appear, and how they will come out and then fulfill their desires, Kama, Dharma, Dhakama. So these are Trivargasya. So he was putting so many questions to Sukadeva Goswami. Samplavaha sarvabhutanam vikramaha parisankramaha ishtaputtasya kamyanam trivargasya cha yo vidhi. Yo vidhi. These are the regulative principles, rules and regulations one has to follow. So Parikshit Maharaj is inquiring. So further today he is asking about the um, during the inundation time or Brahma's night time, how these living entities, they will be merged into the body of the Lord. So that is generally these are the living entities, they submerged in the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu's body. And how they will come out and then once again carry out their materialistic activities, and what are the entanglement of the living entities, how they will be freed from the material entanglement, and what are the difference between these two living entities who are always conditioned, who are unconditioned. What is the nature of unconditioned people, how they live there, how they live eternally. Likewise, he is asking so many questions. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 8 and verse number 22. यो वा अनुसायिनां सर्गः पाषण्डस्य च सम्भवः आत्मनो बन्धमोक्षौ च व्यवस्थानं स्वरूपतः यो वा अनुसायिनां सर्गः. All these either anusayinam, merged into the body of Lord. Sayinam. We have got Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, Kshirodak Sai Vishnu, Karnodak Sai Vishnu. So these three Vishnus, Vishnostu Trini Rupani, Purushakya Anyuto Viduhu. There are the three Purushas. One is Karnodak Sai Vishnu, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, Kshirodak Sai Vishnu. So these living entity, they are the some they are engaged in this universal affairs. Though they are not directly in contact with the Maya, but indirectly they are associating with this material affairs through the creation and maintenance and destruction of this material world through all cosmic manifestation. Yova Anusayinam. So merged into all these living entities, merged into the body of Lord. Sargaha and the creation. And Pashandasya cha Sambhavaham. Pashandasya cha of the infidels. Pashandasya cha Sambhavaha. And how they appear. And Atmano Bandha Moksham Moksha. Atmanaha of the living beings. And Bandha conditioned. Mokshasau being liberated. Cha also. Vyavasthitanam being situated. Swarupataha in an unconditioned state. In an unconditioned state. So how the living entities, they will be always entangled. These infidels, passion days. These are passion days. How they're always engaged in the materialistic activities and entangled here. And what is the nature of the people who are liberated? These are Swarupataha. Swarupataha is the spiritual form without any material entanglements. So here Parikshit is inquiring how they will be merged into the body of the Lord, how they will come out and perform once again materialistic activities, and what is the nature of the living entities. They are free from the material entanglement. Yo anusayinam sargaha pashandasya cha sambhavaha atmano banta mokshau cha vyavsthanam swarupatah. So translation for this verse. Please also explain how merged in the body of the Lord living beings are created and how the infidels appear in the world. Also, please explain how the unconditioned living entities exist. And purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request any unallocated devotees to read this purport, please?
Shall I read, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
The progressive devotee of the Lord must inquire from the bona fide spiritual master how living entities merged in the body of the Lord again come back to the time of creation. There are two kinds of living entities. There are ever liberated, unconditioned living beings, as well as the ever conditioned living beings. Of the ever conditioned living beings, there are two divisions. They are the faithful and the infidels. Of the faithful, there are again two divisions, namely the devotees and the mental speculators. The mental speculators desire to march into the existence of the Lord or to become one of the Lord, whereas the devotee of the Lord desire to keep separate identity and constantly engage in the service of the Lord. The devotees who are not fully purified, as well as the empiric philosophers, become conditioned again during the next creations of further purifications. Such conditioned souls become liberated uh, become liberated by further progress of the devotional service of the Lord. Maharaja Parikshit asks all these questions from the bona fide spiritual master in order to become fully equipped in the science of God. Haribo. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So here, Parikshit is inquiring all these things, and Prabhupada is explaining, the progressive devotee of the Lord must inquire from the bona fide spiritual master how living entities merged in the body of the Lord again, and body of the Lord again come back at the time of creation. So many people would have some kind of misconceptions. So like someone may be like a ghost or something like that. But here, this kind of things clearly addressing where these living entities rest. They are in the Garbhodaka, they rest in the Garbhodaka, body of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu in the ocean. So, antaha sarira pita bhot sukshmaha kalatmikam shakti mudirayanaha vovas tasmin sarale padesve yatanalo daruni ruddhaviryaha. So all the living entities, so antaha sarire arpita both sukshmaha, by their minute bodies, these are the minute bodies, both sukshmaha, in their subtle bodies, they rest in the body of kalatmikam shakti mudirayanaha vovas tasmin sarale padesve yatanalo dharuni ruddhaviryaha. They exist in the body of the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Just like a fire, it is in the wood, but we cannot see the fire directly, but it is in the wood. Likewise, all these living entities, they are merged in the body of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, and Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is resting in the Garbhodaka ocean. So, and then whenever the Lord for rest for 1,000 yuga cycles, that is Brahma's night time, Chaturyuganam Sahasramapsu Swapam Swaya Udiritaya Swasektya Kalatyayasarita Karmatantro Lokan Apitan Dadrushe Swadehe. When the 1,000 yuga cycles pass, then the Lord's body, he observes that by the material nature of these living entities, it is a time for them to come out and perform their activities, so that they will be free from this material world. That is Kalakyasita Karma Tantro. Lokan Apitan Dadrushe Swadehe. Apitan is the bluish color. At the time, it is the whenever the we understand that karmas ripened karmic activities. When that time comes, then for all these living entities, the body of the Lord, it is turning into bluish. Then the living entities come out from the navel of the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Tasyadda Sukshma Bihi Nivista Drushte Antargatu Adho Rajasa Taniyan. Rajasa Taniyan, by the agitating energy of the Lord, the mode of passion, they will come out. Gunena Kalanu Gatena Viddaha, Shushantada Bijjatana Bideshat, they will sprout out from the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, all the living entities. And then from the first living entity, Brahma is born. And then likewise, everyone else, they will coming out. Brahma creates and then he gives the materialistic bodies. This also have by names and forms for all the living entities. Savaikilayam Purushaha Puratanu Ekasid Aviseshatmani Agre Gunebhyo Jagadatmaneshware Nimilitatman Nishishupta Siktishu. So this is once again the women of Hastinapura, where they are also glorifying Krishna, saying that all these living entities they exist within the body of Krishna whenever this universe is annihilated. I mean, it is in the during the inundation time. सवैकिलायं पुरुषः पुरातनो एकासिद् अविशेषात्मनि अग्रे गुणेभ्यो जगदात्मनेश्वरे निमिलितात्मन् निशिषुप्तशक्तिषु and then स एव स एव भूयो निजीवितोइतं स्वजीवमायं प्रकृतिं सिसृक्षतिम् अनामरूपात्मनि रूपनामनि विदित्समानो अनुससार शास्त्रकृत्. So again, these living entities to get materialistic form, they get the names and forms and different because they are the part and parcels of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Again, they will have to start their activities, and then they will be placed in the material nature. By His own mercy, material nature is empowered to recreate. So this is the nature of the living entities, and then the Lord also arranges in such a way that there is a devotional service so that living entities can escape from the material world. And also here Prabhupada further mentions that two kinds of living entities. This is Dhau Bhutasargho Lokesmin Kshara Eva cha Kshara Sarva Bhutani Kotastu Akshara Uchyate. Krishna says to Arjuna in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, two living entities, Kshara Akshara. And there are ever liberated. These are Kotastu Akshara Uchyate. They are existing in the spiritual planets. Kotastu Akshara Uchyate. In the unconditioned living beings as well as the ever conditioned beings. These are the Kshara Sarva Bhutani, ever conditioned. They're all falling into this material universe and trying to enjoy their fruitive activities. Krupanaha Palahetavaha. They're the Krupanas. They want to do activity and then enjoy the fruits of their results of their activities. Of the ever conditioned living, that's why they are always conditioned. They are Krupanaha Palahetavaha, who want to desire to enjoy the results of their activities. One has to work in such a way that he should not be entangled in this work. Though he is eating and experiencing, but by the mercy of the Lord, he is taking it. First offering it to Krishna. That is the only thing. But that doesn't mean that he is stopped to be enjoyed. First thing, whatever he does, offer everything to Krishna. And then further, of the ever conditioned living beings, there are two divisions. They are faithful and the infidels. These are faithful and infidels. Of the faithful, there are again two divisions, namely the devotees and the mental speculators. And here, as soon as in this material world, who are coming, taking in the two paths. One is the devotional service, and also some are not coming to the devotional service. Still, they wanted to be like mental speculators. And then mental speculators desire to merge into the existence of the Lord and to become one with the Lord. Whereas the devotees of the Lord desire to keep separate identities and constantly engage in the service of the Lord. So here, devotees nechayante sevya purnaha kuto anyat kala viplutam. They do not even desire all kinds of liberation because everything else, what to speak of everything else, which will be temporary, even though it is merging into here, that is Brahma Jyoti. The devotees who are not fully purified, as well as the empiric philosophers, become conditioned again during the next creation for further purification. This is Kutonyat Kal Viplutam. Such conditioned souls become liberated by further progress of devotional service to the Lord. So Maharaja Parikshit asked all these questions from the bona fide spiritual master in order to become fully equipped in the science of God. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So here, this is the very beautiful purport is to reflect in day-to-day life, whether we are aligning ourselves into the Krishna's instructions mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Everything is surrendering. Yat karoshi, yat dasnasi, yat juhosi dadasi, yat tapasvasi kaunteya, kurushva madarpanam. Are we doing that or not? That is the only thing we have to question ourselves. Okay, so that is that makes everyone perfect. Otherwise, these mental speculators, they wanted to merge with the Lord, but devotees, they do not wanted to merge. Naikatmatami. Uh, so the devotees, na ekatmatami, they do not want to merge with the Lord. Kapil Bhagavan says to Devahuti. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. परीक्षते क्वेश्चंस यो वा अनुसायिनां सर्गः पाषण्डस्य संभवः आत्मनो बन्धमोक्षौ च व्यवस्थानं स्वरूपतः दिस इज दुर्विभाव्यं पराभाव्य स्वरूपेण अवतिष्ठते this is whenever the devotees are situated in the swarupatah, then they will engage themselves in the devotional service. That is the वसन्त्यत्र पुरुषाः सर्वे वैकुण्ठमुत्तयः ये अनिमित्तनिमित्तेन धर्मेण आराधयन् हरिं. They become the eternal associates of the Lord and go back to Vaikuntha and continue their activities there. Or Goloka Vrindavana, the relation between Krishna and devotee is with different rasas. Madhurya rasa, Vatshalya rasa, Dharcha rasa, Sakya rasa, different mellows. So then they will, based on their mood, they will go to Goloka. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Shall quickly move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Can I request Saranya Mataji to read this letter to Satswarupa, April 28, 1970, Los Angeles.
Hare Krishna. My dear Satsvarupa, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letter dated 24th April 1970. Yes, publish the Bengali poem which I am sending herewith. Get it translated by Pradyumna. The meaning is as follows. My dear Lord Krishna, you are so kind upon this useless soul, but I do not know why you have brought me here. Now you can do whatever you like with me. But I can guess that you have got some business here. Otherwise, why should you call me here with which is demoniac? Most of the population here is uncovered by ignorance and passion modes of nature, and I do not know how they will be able to understand the transcendental message of Vasudeva. But I know your causeless mercy can make everything possible because you are the most expert mystic. Therefore, I am simply praying for your mercy so that I can be able to convince them about your message. All living entities, you have under control of the illusion energy by your will, and therefore, if you like, you will, by your will, they can also be released from the clutches of illusion. If you so desire, I wish that you may deliver them, and only by your such desire, all of them will be able to understand your message. The words of Srimad Bhagavatam are your incarnation, and if they receive it in submissive oral reception repeatedly, then they will be able to understand your message. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, verse 17 through 21, it is said, anyone who gives oral reception to the transcendental message about you, which are always auspicious, by hearing and chanting for, for him, you you become special well-wisher, and thus remaining within his heart, you clear up all inauspicious understanding. When such inauspicious understanding are almost clear, at that time one realizes the importance of devotional service. In that stage of understanding, the influence of the modes of ignorance and passion become almost nil, and the resultant action of passion and ignorance cannot anymore attack the heart. And thus he become Hare Krishna Prabhu, can you just go? And thus he become joyful being situated on the platform of goodness. When he thus become jubilant on account of awakening the modes of goodness by dint of devotional service. At that time, he becomes liberated from material contamination and is able to understand the science of God. In this stage of liberation, all misgivings in the heart or bondage of material network becomes cut into pieces, and he is elevated from all sorts of doubts in the science of God. At this stage, the result of past activities become vanquished because of his realization of the Supreme Lord. 9 to 13. This is the process of becoming liberated from the influence of the modes of ignorance and passion, and thus they can become free from all inauspicious things accumulated in the heart. 14. But because I am very unfortunate, unqualified, and most fallen, therefore I am seeking your benediction so that I may be able to convince them about this Krishna consciousness. 15. Somehow or other, you have brought me here to speak about you. Now it is up to you to make me success or failure as you like. 16. You are the Lord of the whole creation. So if you like, you can make my power of speaking suitable as they can understand. By your causeless mercy, only my words may become transcendently pure, and I am sure when such transcendental message is penetrated in their hearts, certainly they will feel engladdened, and thus become liberated from all unhappy conditions of life. I am just like a puppet in your hands, and you have brought me here. Now you can make me dance as you like. I have no devotion, nor I have any knowledge, but still I have been designated as Bhakti Vedanta. Now, if you like, you can just fulfill the real purport of Bhakti Vedanta. The most unfortunate, insignificant beggar, Bhaktivedanta Swami, on the board of the ship Jaladuda, Commonwealth Pier, Boston, Massachusetts, USA, dated 18 September 1965. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Can you take a points, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I think this poem is like Prabhupada wrote on the Jaladuda when he's during his voyage to the his first voyage to the USA. So yes, yes, this is like self-explanatory how Prabhupada was feeling and how Prabhupada was only convinced that with the only faith in the words of Krishna, only the words on the faith in the spiritual masters. Prabhupada was mentioning like I'm not at all qualified. I don't have any strength. Oh Krishna, if, I am just like a puppet. If you want me to make dance, you just make me. So I don't have faith in my talents, my qualifications. I have complete faith in your words in Srimad Bhagavatam. So if someone repeatedly hear it from the authentic resources, then it is 100% sure that their heart will get changed, their heart will transformed, and that when someone got the real knowledge, all the other qualities like passion and ignorance will go, and slowly they will understand the real the importance of devotional service. So Prabhupada was mentioning, praying to Krishna that I have only faith in your words. I don't have any other resources. I don't have anything else, Krishna. So just make me dance if you want. That's the only thing. So it just Prabhupada is pouring his heart to Krishna Prabhu. So is I'm not able to explain it as much as like Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so now we are 7 o'clock. Can I request today's allocated devotee to do the Nadamad prayer and come back to the letter again? Meanwhile, devotees can contemplate on it. Okay, meanwhile, devotees, can you please turn on your videos if with the ghee lamps, wherever it is possible. Hare Krishna. Today is the devotee, Asha Mataji.
नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपम् लसत्कुण्डलं कुकुले प्रचमानम् यशोदापियोनुगलात्तवमानम् परामृष्टमद्यन्ददो दृप्तयोऽप्या रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रयुग्मं मृजन्तम् कराम्भोजयुग्मेन सादङ्गनेत्रम् मुहुश्वासतं बद्रीरेखानन्द सिदक्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिभक्तम् इति वित्वलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वकोशं निमज्जन्तम् आज्ञापयन् तदीयेषु दक्षिणेषु भक्तैर्दिदत्वम् पुनः प्रेमतस्तं शगावृत्तिवन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षावदित्वा न चान्यं वृणे अहं प्रशातबीह इदं देवपुर्नाद गोपालबालम् सदा मे मनसा विरस्तां किमन्यै इदं देमुहं भोजम् अद्यन्तनीतैः वृदं गुण्डलैः स्निग्धरक्षधरैः सकोप्या मुगुशुम्बितं बिम्बरक्षाधरं मे मनस्याविरस्ताम् अलं लक्षलाभै नमो देव दामोदर अनन्त विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलक्तिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्टादिदिनं वदानु प्रकणेश मामक्षं यदि अक्षितक्ष्य कुबेरात्मजौ भक्तमुदीययत्व मया मोषितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतच न तदा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वामी प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहमोऽस्ति दामोदर हरे नमस्तेस्तु साम्येस्तु स्प्रस्तुतिता मे शिवयोधराय विश्वस्यता मे नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयै प्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलायै देव्यायै तुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयै प्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलायै देव्यायै तुभ्यम् हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर श्री राधे जय यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर श्री राधे राधा दामोदर की
Jai.
यशोदा दामोदर की जय
Jai.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Translations.
to the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge, and bliss, whose shark-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine flame of Gogula, who due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar, is fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has been caught from behind her and who ran after him with greater speed. To that Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, I offer my humble obeisances. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with three lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with ropes, but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. By such uh, childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gogula in pools of ecstasy, and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is infused with intimacy and free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodara hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaigunda, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bala Gobala in Vrindavana may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face by ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are no use of to me. O Supreme Lord, O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you. O Damodara, O Ananda, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleased upon me by showering your glance of mercy upon me. Deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodara, just as the two sons of Kuvera, Manikriva and Nalakuvera, were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby tied with rope to a wooden grinding mortar. In the same way, please give to me your own prema bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any kind of liberation. O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you. The Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shri Radha Damodar ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautifully sung. And thank you so much, Kanya Mataji, for kindly making us to take darshan of Shri Radha Damodar.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Like Krishna, you have like your deity, like Yasoda, and so nice, beautiful.
Oh yes, yeah, thank.
So you have like very nicely
And I
Yasoda.
have Krishna on a swing as well, baby Krishna on a swing, and I got a little cow next to him, separate, which is nice. But I can show you that next time.
Okay, thank you.
And it's no space to put them together, or near, because this other Krishna's there and it wouldn't be moved. So, and I think it's nice and safe for where they are, Mother Yashoda and baby Krishna.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
And that's the significant one, isn't it, with the rope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay.
Thank you.
And coming back to Srila Prabhupada's letter, any other reflections, dear devotees? And also, Sarnya Mataji, you want to add any more?
Well, what is pointing, Prabhu, is that how when you do put all your heart in your prayers, how much it valuable, and it does come true because Krishna hears it. The sincere prayers that you put, not just because it's a matter of doing it for show or material gain. It was genuine. He gave up everything, and he gave up his soul, and he poured his heart in tears and begged Krishna to show him the way because he had nothing. And Krishna reciprocated beautifully. Look at us today. We're reaping the benefit.
Yes. So we are most fortunate to hear all these things and see the Prabhupada's pastimes and seeing the fruits and flowers of Prabhupada's hard work. We may think that devotees who are close to Srila Prabhupada, they are very fortunate. We may be thinking that, but actually we are more fortunate than everyone else because we are seeing the beautiful flowers and fruits, and
Yeah.
we are relishing those fruits.
Mm.
Of course, definitely they are fortunate to contribute to the Krishna consciousness movement and supporting Prabhupada's movement, nourishing this tree, but we are taking those fruits. We are most fortunate taking the fruits.
Yes, we are. We are so blessed. How would we have been here together without Prabhupada? And all these movements all over the world, how people are really putting their effort to keep the movement going is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the prayers is not like, how we go around say, bless me, please have mercy on me, God. And it's like a momentary thing, and we forget about God. It's to do it sincerely and with all your heart and think about God all the time, which is very difficult. We are not able to do that, and Prabhupada show us how to do it. Even if we do a little bit, it's really good with sincerity, and keep on doing it, and then it become more beautiful.
Simply praying so that I can be able to deliver the message, convince them about your message, Bhagavad Gita. Okay, this is very beautiful and humbleness, and Prabhupada is not taking any credit for himself, even in his prayers. Everything is relying and at the same time carrying out those activities, whatever the Prabhupada is mentioning. Okay, so that is Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada is also mentioning some of the verses. 17 to 21. एवं प्रसन्नमनसो भगवद्भक्तियोगतः भगवतत्त्वविज्ञानं मुक्तभङ्गस्य जायते. So some very beautiful things. With Prabhupada's humble mode is mixing with this.
He's saying how important it is to listen to the
Yeah.
words of Krishna and actually chant and a bit uppermost, I think it was.
Yes, and also my words may become transcendently pure, and I am sure when such transcendental message is penetrated in their hearts, certainly they will feel engladdened and thus become liberated from all unhappy conditions of life. This is the mood of a devotee.
Yeah.
अलम्पटः शीलधरो गुणाकरो पृष्टः परज्ञा विचितो दुःखितेषु अभूतशत्रुः जगतः शोकहर्ता नैदाकिकं तापमिवोढराजः. This is the Prahlad Maharaja's foretold about by his father, his grandfather Kashyap Prajapati to Diti. So your grandson is going to be that, having all the good qualities. Savai Mahabhagavato महात्मा महानुभावो महतां महिष्टः प्रवृज्य भक्ताह्यनुभाविताशये निवेश वैकुण्ठमिमं विहास्यति. So that is the Mahanubhavo Mahatma Mahishtaha. He is the greatest of all the Mahatmas. So this is we see directly. Thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing these reflections about Srila Prabhupada's letter.
Prabhu, can I ask a question, please?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare.
The state of liberation.
Yes.
Is it possible in this world for a householder to reach that state? Because
Yes.
you think so?
Yes.
Because if they're attached to their relation, they still.
When liberated means no attachments. So that is.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. वीतराग भय क्रोध मन्मयामाम उपासिताः बहवो ज्ञान तपसा पोत मद्भावम आगताः. No vita, no raga. But still, though we are in the family life, so we have got love and affections, that is there, but no attachments. Love is there, but no attachments.
That's difficult, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah. This is asevyayam prakuter gunanam jnanena vairagya vijrumbitena योगे नमय अपितया च भक्त्या Mam Pratyagatmanam iha avarunde. Mam Pratyagatmanam iha avarunde. In this life itself, one experience that liberated state. Iha avarunde. In this body, in present life itself, yoge namai arpitaya cha bhaktya. One has to completely devote himself to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Though we are in the working condition, in the family, going to the work and coming home, and then engaging our words, activities, mind, everything in the service of Krishna, then that is the liberated state. But whenever we retire from the materialistic duties, then they will relish further more and more.
Yeah. The story about the I forgot his name now. When he was about to leave on the aeroplane to go to Vaikuntha, he said to his wife, "Come with me." That was still attachment, wasn't it? But the wife refused to come.
Tukaram Mataji?
Yes, Sukaram, yeah. Tikaram. Was it Tikaram?
Bhakt Tukaram, yes. So
Yeah.
the devotee here, Jijia, she is the wife of Tukaram. She has seen her husband very devotedly. That's why he wanted to take her. But she has got too much children to take care of. But later on, Lord reveals that why she was to stay here to look after the devotee children. Of course, but in due course of time, she will be joining her husband. Whoever is serving the devotee husband, definitely they will go back to their husband.
Well, we have many of those, but they're not
For women, they do not have to worry
just
about
for
it.
women. Okay, yeah.
Yes. But if it is the man is not a devotee and the woman is a devotee, man doesn't have an opportunity there.
Really?
Because he has to work in his own endeavors. If man is a devotee and woman is serving husband, then woman has certainly get that opportunity to go back to Godhead. Woman has got many facilities. So there is man does pious activities, woman shares half of it. Man does sinful activities, woman does not share anything. Woman does pious activities, man doesn't get anything. If woman does uh, sinful activity, man gets half of the sinful activity of a wife. This is the verdict of Shastras.
Where is this story? What reference is there, Prabhu?
So here, this was explaining by Nitai Sevini Mataji. And also our acharyas were also explaining our devotees. I will find that it might be explained in the Manusmriti or some smritis. I'll get that Vedic injunctions, Mataji.
Thank you. I didn't know the extension of this story. That's really beautiful. I would love to read it. Yeah, Haribo.
But here, woman must be a very humble servant of husband.
Yes.
Otherwise, if woman is taking over and controlling the husband, then she will lose all those benefits.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is Vishrambena Atmasauchena Gauravena Dhamena cha Susrushaya Sauhridena Vacha Madraya cha Bhoho Visujya Kamam Dhambam cha. So there are so many other things. Always Aparmatto Lichita, Aparmatto Ujjita Licham Tejiyam from Atoshayat. These are the statements of Maitreya Rishi when how Devhuti has served her husband, devotee husband, and she has achieved later on in her life that liberated condition of life. One has to be very faithful wife to the husband. Then she will, without much hard endeavor in that spiritual life, she will get everything.
So Devahuti wasn't like that originally, but she overturned it by becoming humble and asking all these questions of her father. And when the husband left, isn't that right?
So Devhuti, after Swayambhu Manu handed over Devhuti to Kardama Prajapati and he left. Then Devhuti served her husband Kardama Prajapati uh, just like a Parvati serves her husband Lord Shiva, Bhavaniva. So that is where she has served and she became very weak. Later on, Kardama Prajapati became passionate about Devhuti and compassionate towards her. And then he asked, what do you want? So how can it? Because a woman, for everyone, their body is most dearer. But because irrespective of it, even though you are becoming weak, you have served me with so much love and affection, and you helped in my austerities and penances. So please ask anything you want. At that time, Devhuti asked, so my dear Lord, you asked me, you have promised that you would bless me with children. So now I am desiring for that. Though Kadmu Prajapati said that I have achieved the fruits of the devotional service. I got the blessings of the Lord. I would like to share now. Then Devhuti said, so, my dear Lord, at this time, I know that you have achieved it, and you are so powerful and devotee of the Lord. But at this moment, I'm a just woman. Still, I have got desires. I wanted to have children. So, likewise, she put her desire first to have children. So, and then at the end, after Kardama Prajapati understood the heart of Devhuti and then became passionate, and then with his mystic power, he created a big, gigantic airplane. And then again, the bodies of Devhuti and Kardama Prajapati revived like a very beautiful and handsome couple. And with thousands of maid servants, they have enjoyed for 100 years. And then later on, when Kadama Prajapati, but he never fall down. He was never attached. He loves, but never attached, though he is enjoying all these opulences and the comforts of Devhuti. But he's always remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead and when to leave the family. And then he begot 9 daughters. At that time, he was about to leave. At that time, Devahuti asked again, "You have promised and you have given the daughter children. Now also please help me to have abhayam, fearlessness." At that time, Kadama Prajapati thinks once again about the contemplating the words of Devhuti, remembering the words of the Lord when he has appeared that he is going to take birth in the womb of Devhuti. And then he stayed there again until one more son, male son, is born. That is Kapil Bhagavan. And then, as soon as Kapil Bhagavan is grown up to take care of his mother, then in a secluded place, he met Kapil Bhagavan and then taking the permission from him, and then he left the home and
Yeah,
he surrendered himself.
that's
So,
a beautiful story. Yeah.
Dehuti, whenever she reflected those at that moment when Kadama Prajapati was moving, at that time she reflected, I have wasted my life without taking the um, devotional service activities from you. So at the time she regrets.
Mm.
So, yeah, that is once
So we
again.
can start from now to be able to worship our partners.
Yes,
A good story, good example.
yes, Mataji. These are all takeaways how husband and wife should live together. And
Yeah.
although it doesn't mean that one has to stop his enjoyment. Even Swayambhumanu with Savarya Hasaprajaha, with his wife and all his people, he was enjoying all the opulences. But Nishnatam Yoga Mayasu Manum Swayambhumanu Yad Abramshitam Bhogaha Nasekuhu Bhagavad Param. Though he is enjoying all the opulences, he never fall down. That is the state of Swayambhumanu, though king. And likewise, he has lived for 71 yuga cycles. And likewise, Prudu Maharaj, sorry, Dhruv Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj, 36,000 years he has ruled. He also experienced, enjoyed all kinds of opulences. So there is no harm in experiencing while he executing the devotional service parallelly to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not to the demigods. Then he can experience. So then these are the things. Without attachment, one can be in any condition of life. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, that is from Prabhupada's letter and the reflections.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Shall conclude and continue with
So
further.
like Hare Krishna.
Hare
So
Krishna.
like if parents do the devotional service, like is help to the children or like benefit or not like that as well.
Yes, so as long as we are only with the purpose of developing Krishna consciousness in the children, if we raise it, we can have millions of children. If we are able to raise the children in Krishna consciousness, we can have millions of children.
Not like I'm asking that like if you do but they are not like so they can get benefit like as you said when do then wife get it, so it's like parents do the children get it like that or not?
The parents' pious activities, whether children would receive those benefits or not.
Yeah, bias it.
This is again the purity of the parents and the desire of the children. Sometimes children's desire would be varied from the parents. They wanted to experience something else different to parents. At that time, their journey would be different. However, the knowledge they have got, but actually, parents should be progressing in the devotional service through their activities, not only just simply saying by an example model. Then children in later life they would reflect those parents' instructions and their activities. and then they will get an opportunity to progress in their life. But we cannot force them. It is every individual soul has got a different journey. One person, even the devotees, hundreds of devotees are there. Each devotee has got a different relationship, different journey. One devotee cannot say you have to do like this, you have to be like that. No, we can just only put the devotional service regulative principles and then the process and methods, but they will only choose you how to approach the Lord, what kind of mode, how to render service. The circumstances, bodily conditions, family circumstances is entirely different from person to person. So even children, we have to be a model for them. That's all. We cannot force them, but we can show by example.
Yeah, and children come with their own karma, don't they? So it's up to them similarly to overturn it by taking the goodness of their parents. But they have a choice, don't they? Just like we have free will. And so I think it's children come through us, they don't belong to us.
Yes.
Isn't that right, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
So whatever they come with, they have to live it. And if they decide to follow their parents' good practice, that their karma can be overturned, similar like that. If we have, it's like that, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
कर्मण दैवनेत्रेण जन्तुः देह उपपत्तये स्त्रियाः उदरं पुंसं रेतः कणाश्रयः. So by the taking the shelter of the semen of a man, the living entity, he will enter into the womb of the mother. Karmana daivanetrena, by the divine arrangement.
Yeah.
Like when Uttara has done prayer to Krishna, like when Pariksit was in the womb, at the time Krishna helped, like even the Pariksit has not done anything, but still because of the prayer of Uttara, so same thing not happening to the children if you do the prayer.
Yes, again the prayer here, surrendering to Krishna to protect the child. But there, Uttara's prayer, what is that prayer? Anyone can remember?
Pahi Pahi Ma Yogin. That's something.
Pahi Pahi Mahayogin Deva Deva Jagatpate Nanyam Twadabhyam Pasya Yatra Mrityuh Parasparam.
Yeah.
Only one verse, one prayer, simple prayer, and it protected. So there, the Uttara's mode is that though I am dying, that is fine, but this child who is the heir inherent to the Kuru dynasty must live. That is her selfless desire. She is not caring for her life. She is caring for the to continue the dynasty of the Kuru. And also that Parikshit Maharaj, he is the only hope for the um, going to be future king. That's why Uttara's desire. That's why it was protected.
Okay, so this why is protected, but not just ordinary prayer.
It is not ordinarily, okay,
Then
I want my
her
child.
prayer is not ordinary, but we are just ordinary person prayer, not heard like that.
In normal situations also, some prayers are to be heard, like selfless prayers. So I am raising this child. I do not have any personal sense gratification, but I want my son to be in the Krishna consciousness. Oh, my dear Lord, please bless somewhere or other. I must continue in the devotional service. Make him to come into the same path. That kind of prayers are selfless.
Yeah.
Please bless him, my son, to so that he will get an engineering or doctor, and then he will earn so much money. He will live happily, and I will also live with him. Then I will become happy, and then in such a way you give health, wealth, and everything else. That means that is sense gratification.
Yeah. Mm.
We need to include the main ingredient, Krishna, and the devotional service.
Mm.
Then things will be perfect. One can become rich, one can be healthy, desserts will be fine as long as Krishna and devotional service are there. Otherwise, it is an infection, diseased. Amayo yasha bhotanam. Amayo yasha bhotanam. Amaya means it is the diseased. Jayate yena surata tadevi amyam dravyam na punati chikichitam. Whenever because of enjoying the desires, that is a kind of disease. So that means in activities. If the same activities are engaged in the devotional service, still you will be taking those kinds of fruits, but that will become a medicine to the disease. Tadevihi amayam dravyam. Dravyam is the medicine to cure the disease of the infected soul. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so for now, we shall conclude and we shall continue later on. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां
Nam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hari Hari Bol.
Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna